He is the co-founder of Tether.
WeFi is the evolution of banking. So in the beginning there's banking, and there's neo-banking, which is banking without a storefront, it's just online banking, and now there's on-chain banking. And there's a lot of companies offering on-chain banking services. So what makes it unique? Well, WeFi is unique in the sense that it's delivering on the promise of Web3 because it's driven by a token. And this token rewards all of the community members. So when they transact and utilize the financial services that WeFi provides, all those fees get recycled back into that token, and that community is rewarded. And we've created a really unique structure where all of the tokens are owned by the community. Because a lot of challenges with Web3 projects is that there's a lot of whales. It's either the founders or the investors, and then they have to sell into that community and it impacts the price. Well, we've created a really elegant solution to that where that token is only generated and given to the community. And then there's equity value. So the equity value gets paid for delivering world-class financial services. The community gets paid for using the world-class financial services. And so that's what enables our financial services to be differentiated from someone else's, because ours is much more community-oriented, and when they're utilizing it, the token value goes up, and they're all the beneficiary owners of that token. And so this is truly a company that creates these financial services for its community.
Can I know the difference between this and other Web3 banks that are competing crazily out there right now? They have their own token and they offer on-chain financial services as well. There has to be something that is special.
One, a lot of these neobanks, or even some of these other on-chain banks, if they don't have their token, then the community doesn't really get much of a reward. If they do have a token, we are the only ones where the community is the only one that has the token. 100% of that token value stays within the community, and all of the fees and everything reward those token holders because they're contributing, they're using the financial services. There's equity holders, so we have two ecosystems, and the reason why it's so important for the equity holders is the equity holders get their value by creating world-class financial services. When we create great financial services and more people use it, then the equity's worth more. When more people use it, the token's worth more. So we've actually created a very synergistic flywheel that rewards the people that should be rewarded, which are the founders and the investors, as well as the community. Because in the past and until now, the community is never rewarded. The community is typically rewarded with the utilization of a product. Think about Facebook or any traditional product like a company. The users of it get entertainment value, get some utility, get something out of it, but they don't get financially rewarded. That's what we've finally solved, and we've solved it in a very elegant manner where both the equity is worth something and the tokens are worth something without any whales trying to sell into the community.
I think you just brought up something really interesting. So when I explain these tokens to beginners, a lot of times I use this analogy of a startup or like a new company or a tech company, and owning the token means you're owning a piece of it. But you brought up the equity side and the token side. Now, can I dumb it down for me? If the equity goes up, does that equal to the token should go up as well?
It depends on why the equity goes up.
Right.
So the equity in a company like this would go up the larger the community is. The larger the community is, the more the token goes up. So that's a synergistic flywheel. Traditionally, in a lot of companies, if the token goes up and the founders and investors own 50% of the tokens and it goes up, they're going to start selling and selling and selling, and they have massive amounts of float to sell. In this instance, it's all the community holders, and there's no one that was given, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% of the token. I'm not saying these other models don't work at all, but in this instance, it's just a really elegant solution. Because in a lot of those other models, there is no equity value. It's just token value. So I'm not discounting, because Stable is all about the token value, right? And me as a founder of Stable, I have tokens, right? And so you still can do it responsibly, but with WeFi, it's a really elegant solution where you can have this services business where you're providing financial services, and how do you compete with other people that are providing financial services? Is you have a token that truly rewards the community without fear of whales dumping.
Is this going to be like a parallel system to the financial traditional banking system, or do you see everybody moving towards that direction?
100%, I see everyone moving towards that direction. Because what that direction is simply financial services done in a hybrid manner, meaning, again, all you want to do is transact in USD or some other currency or whatever it is that you might want to transact in, or crypto, but you want to go to one place and have all those things. And so soon, large traditional financial institutions will enable you to transact with crypto. Soon, I don't know when, but in like the really large ones might take a very long time. But I know for a fact, very soon, there'll be a lot of financial institutions that enable you to transact with dollars or with crypto. And for instance, WeFi will also allow you to transact with fiat currency. Think about what a stablecoin is. It's a token backed by a dollar that moves on the blockchain. Soon that's going to be reversed. You're going to have a dollar backed by a token. And so that dollar will still move on the blockchain, because now the token is going to be what moves, but you're going to see a dollar in your account. It's just going to move on a blockchain. Whereas before, you saw a token in your account that moved on a blockchain. And so once you got that token, you had to convert it to a dollar if you wanted to. That's soon going to switch, where you're just going to get a dollar. And even though it moved on a blockchain, you don't care, right? You just wanted the dollar.
What do you say to countries that are so not ready and so far behind when it comes to stablecoins?
That it's coming, and that a large percentage of their population in those countries are utilizing them in some way, shape, or form, and maybe a large percentage of their population is overstating it. I always get asked how big's the market, how many people are using stablecoins and crypto, and to me, everybody. But I know that that's not true, right? I just kind of wish it was, and in my world it seems like it, because that's where I exist. But as the ease of use and access to crypto and stablecoins, and this is what WeFi is trying to drive, trying to create a really elegant, easy to use for end users solution to crypto and better banking experience. As that becomes more and more common, more and more people will utilize it, and those countries, their regulations ideally will catch up.